Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Nat20Hot. We are here on a special evening, a Wednesday evening, our usual night, with a break from our usual campaign, um, where we are taking on part two of a one-shot set in the Euson verse, as it's been come to be known by us, which is taking place 300 years in the past. Specifically, it is a little town of Veilstone, tucked between in the foothills between Mercier and Conway's Ferry. And our characters Granby and Vike have been called to investigate from a all gender scouts of Yusan Cub Scout Stangelo, discovering that something is odd in the town of Veilstone, where things are missing, seemingly. There's no one to be found, but strange noises do come from the town. So, last time out, our adventurers made their way into the town to explore and found only one individual there. However, they seemed peculiar, offbeat, and didn't really want to engage with the party. They were a very slender elf wearing almost artificer attire, and they ran off, leaving the party alone to investigate the town of Veilstone, where in every building they went to, discovering more and more very lifelike marionettes that seem to resemble past town folks, and all speaking with a similar inflection but different accents. Until inevitably, the party stumbled upon Moira, the individual that they had met at the beginning of the town, and found that long ago she had unfortunately befriended a group of individuals of ne'er do wells who wreaked havoc upon the town in the interest of stealing the fabled Veil Stone, which sits at the epicenter of the town and enables a wish to be cast every generation so long as it is not a wish born of greed. And so Moira, after reconciling with the party and thanking them for not slaughtering her as previous visitors might have, has made a request of the party to potentially investigate and retrieve the Veilstone from where she knows these marauders to be hiding. And where we find ourselves is in the rather ramshackle house of Moira, having taken a long rest and awakened the next morning. One more thing before I completely forget, we raise money for Extra Life, which is a wonderful charity that supports children's hospitals around North America. And if you take the, apparently we don't like that they support children's hospitals in Canada, but we do. Most
I
of us do.
like the Canadian children.
Yes, we all
I
like them.
don't.
And we encourage you, if you have it in your hearts and in your wallets, to drop a donation to our team. All of it goes towards the critical and life saving care to folks who really need it. And it's been a wonderful opportunity for us to raise money for a lovely charity. And with that, the day breaks on a new day in Veilstone. Granby, Vike, and Stangelo waking up, and Moira kind of sleeping, still gently nodding on a cot that's kind of assembled in the living room. Clearly, not one to go to her childhood bedroom. For the most part, is just still gently sleeping by the hearth in a cot.
It's me, Gramby.
Hi, Granby. Good morning.
I'm making coffee.
Good morning, Granby. And I will turn
Hello.
to Stangelo and say, just to tell herself that every morning so she doesn't forget who she is.
It's me, Granby.
We know Granby. Um, Glad you're here.
Making sure you know too.
You're nigh unforgettable.
Oh, that's good. I could die any second. In fact, if I roll a 69 right now, I'll die of old age. At the 54, I'm still kicking.
Very.
Is there
Fantastic.
something that would happen if the rest of us rolled 69s, or it's just a
No,
Granby
because you're
exclusive
not
encounter?
old like me.
Oh. Well, I just thought it might be nice.
Once you get to a certain age, your moment of death is decided by the gods. And for some reason, they won't let me die.
Do you crave death, Granby?
Who doesn't?
I for one, really
Same.
enjoy being alive.
Oh, so do I. But you know, sometimes you can have just a little bit as a treat.
No, actually.
I don't know what that means.
You've never been revivified? Oh, it's an experience. I've died multiple times, technically. It just doesn't stick.
You are truly a character.
Technically, yes.
So,
In a very meta sense, you're correct.
about that coffee, then, yes.
I look directly into the camera as I say that.
At this point,
I
the
serve you a
smell
coffee.
of brewing coffee awakes Moira, kind of. Oh, quite frankly, I'm glad to see you're all still here. I wasn't sure if you'd stay through the night. Thank you again for talking with me last night.
And now today we're gonna go commit some acts of unspeakable violence, right?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't expect you to kill in my name. It's really more just like if you could find a way in the abandoned mine where, well, I guess it's not abandoned if people are living in it, in the mine, you just happen to find your way to the Veilstone, and you could bring it back here. We could certainly be able to undo my terrible tragedy.
Well, don't know if we can promise that, but at least the violence part. But we'll get
Sorry,
there.
I'm watching a fish. Is it less depressed?
She's less depressed.
Oh my god. Okay, anyway, sorry. I was mesmerized by the fish.
What's not to be
So is that a
mesmerized?
no on the violence then?
Well, I mean, you're clearly strong and capable. You were able to take down the Fergus marionette without much difficulty. Um, but sorry about that, by the way. Um, I just well, really, I just needed to make sure that you wouldn't hurt me. But I suppose if you're willing to hurt them, I don't know. I don't think you can undo violence with violence. Sometimes
You sure can, young lady.
if you say so. Sometimes I wonder if if there hadn't been that paintberry drought, if any of this would even happen.
Yeah. Life is kind of fucked up that way, isn't it?
That's
But one of its greatest pleasures is making sure that people get what they deserve. Like violence.
okay.
Or a loving home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a combat badge from the old gender scouts of Euson.
Right. We're always prepared. And preparation sometimes means violence. But also, violence would be undoing violence in this case because we'd get the stone back and you'd undo the pre. So
That's
I
true.
think in this case, violence would undo violence.
I suppose you're right.
But in a greater sense, isn't the act of only using the Veilstone to undo your mistakes and ensure successful harvests for your village doing violence on the rest of the world? Because you could wish for world peace or something like that, and you haven't done it.
Hey, Mike, cut that shit.
Well, I mean, I haven't really been the one making the wishes. Um, I know I have to make this one.
Yep, well, that Veilstone's not getting any closer, I suppose.
Okay, let's go.
Right.
And I start to waddle. Oh, I'd start to old lady waddle out, and it's so
Oh,
slow.
here, let me help you across the street. The street.
Oh, thank you, young man.
What a charming gentleman you are.
Okay, well, it's about a half day's walk to the mines. Um,
What?
I mean, I'm sure we can make it there. Are you worried about that, Granby?
No, I've had my knees replaced multiple times. It's like a
It's like I'm a
it's
whole
like a
new Granby.
synesthesis up in here. What parts of the original Granby? I don't know.
It's the ship of
Tip
Granby.
of CC.
The ship of
Of Granby.
Granby. If you keep replacing the bones, is it still Granby?
I'm pretty sure if you DNA tested me from the hips down, it's a completely different person.
I will say you all are sorkening this concept as you make your way out of Veilstone and around a thin mountain path kind of leads through the forest, clearly an old hunting trail. Um, as you go, Moira kind of describes she's not really quite sure why they've lingered. Um, she assumes that because they assume Veilstone is deserted, they see it as no better place to camp out where they can't be found. But she expresses like confusion as to why they would stick around when there are clearly so many other places they could go and pillage and rob.
What kind of terrain is this?
It is
Forest, mountain.
it's a deciduous forest that is slowly gaining in elevation. So you know Veilstone to be in the foothills of Conway's Ferry, sorry, in the foothills of the mountains outside Conway's Ferry. So it's kind of like the elevation is slowly rising, but it's a gentle incline.
Hmm.
Yes. Granby and Vike, you are familiar that the dwarven fortress of Katahdin is not very far from here, but it would still be a several days' walk to get there. But you imagine that this is likely where some of these mines have shot off from. The mines! And
I'm
after
sure if someone hundreds of years from now were to obtain some sort of magical mineral, they might visit those dwarves, but they might also decide not to for some reason.
you might never
What
get
you're
there.
saying is incredibly vague, and I
Or
feel
it could
like you can
be
do that same
destroyed when a
exact thing
magic
now.
Pokemon that gets dropped off a mountain.
That's also true.
Crazy things
No,
happen
I
all the
once
time.
lived in a bag of holding for 3 days.
After a lengthy journey, equating to about half a day, you all find this kind of like elevated vantage point, you know, a rocky outcropping to the left of the main road that looks out. Kind of Moira kind of ushers you up. She goes, "Down there, they're down there." She kind of points to a clearing that's been cut out from the mountainside that leads into a mine. And at the moment, you don't see anyone outside of the mine. What am I missing? What are you all nodding about?
Dunk's
Uh,
bag of holding should have been called the bag of folding.
That's good.
That's from Nolan.
It's a good
It
one.
made Evan
I
laugh
don't want
and
to
Chris
steal his.
smile. So
Um, yes. The entrance you can see is partially obscured by a very large boulder. So,
Hmm.
what do you think?
We just need to wait approximately 10
days.
days because Jesus will come out of there and roll that rock right out of the way.
All of you can make a perception check if you would like to.
Could I make a nature check to see if I can see where the boulder might have like come from? If it was like from a landslide, or if it's
Sure.
like
Okay, go ahead.
I'd like to make an investigation check to look for footprints to see if there was only
My
one set of
perception is
footprints
23.
because Jesus was carrying me. but actually to look for footprints around the boulder to see if there's alternate entrances.
Got it. So we got a
Uh,
23 in perception,
I got
Yes.
a 7.
11 for nature.
11 for nature, and a 7 for investigation. Vike, you don't see any footprints. The outcropping is more rock and stone than dirt, where you could see visible footprints. Stangelo, you're relatively certain, just based on the nature of the rock and the engine. What is it? I want to say indigenous, but that's not it.
Indigenous?
Igneous.
Igneous,
Oh,
the
all right,
igneous
yeah.
formation, the
I
indigenous
was about
rock.
to ask,
I don't
is
think
it
it what you were going for.
igneous, sedimentary, or metamorphic?
I don't remember what any
right
of those
there with.
mean.
I knew where you were going, young man.
And you can tell that
Awesome.
it's clearly carved from the mountain itself and was placed there naturally. And Granby, you are able to see a small gap between the boulder and a small cave opening that you could reasonably fit through.
Oh, this hole is the perfect size for my tiny body.
It's the
It's
perfect
your
size for
hole.
all of your bodies.
This is my hole. This hole is made for me. I go into the hole and turn into spaghetti.
You can squeeze into a hole meant for a small creature.
Yes, it's a
Non-Euclidean.
Granby hole. That's what they called it back in my day. I go in the Granby hole.
Are you guys just going straight in?
Vike,
What?
under his breath, will go, sounds like lots of people were going in the Granby hole back in the day.
There were.
Papio's going to give you a little.
Moira will
I stick
interrupt.
I have my hand through the little hole and I nux.
Moira will interrupt and what's your plan? You guys are kind of like looking down on this space. You're not at the door, Granby.
I poke my head through the hole. What?
We're a little off the rails today, huh?
Just a bit.
I had a bad day, guys.
Wait, do I not have dark vision?
You're not in the cave yet.
Oh, well, we're going to a cave. We're going to a hole.
Apparently, we can all fit into
Oh.
Granby's hole.
You can all fit through the
Yes.
space between the boulder and the crevasse.
I believe
So
crevasses only exist in ice formations, actually.
Moira will chirp in and just go.
I'm pretty sure that space between the boulder and the crevasse is called the taint.
So what's the plan? So help me, I will turn this stream around.
An ancient gold dragon is gonna come eat all of us.
Wait, sorry, what are we doing?
I believe we're going into the cave.
Or making a
Yeah,
plan.
I'm already in the.
Or making a
I'm
plan.
in the cave.
Okay,
What?
you're already in the cave.
I'm just hanging out.
Everyone can open the owl bear.
Oh shit! It's Granby time.
Oh wait, owlbear.
Holy Jesus Christ!
The draft horse is in here.
Here comes the draft horse. My nickname in undergrad.
Okay.
Because you're a reliable source of labor on farms?
Yes.
So, Granby, as you squeeze yourself between the rock formation
Right.
and the entrance to the mine, you find a kind of ramshackle and clearly old mine shaft that leads deep into the side of the mountain. You can hear the rush of water ahead of you, as well as at your feet some wrought iron tracks that lead deeper into the mine itself. You can make a perception check.
That 22.
How is she so good at perceiving? She's
I'm
old
so
as dirt.
wise.
Um,
I'm
you
so wise.
you are able to perceive around you several signs of life. So there are a handful of barrels and crates as soon as you enter the shaft, where bits of gold coins, a satchel lay there, open vials of potions or liquor are clearly there that have been touched and used recently. And also, you see two shafts going off of the main shaft that you were in. And they lead, you can hear voices coming from down the hall, the rock hall.
I'm gonna poke my
Hmm.
head through the hole. Everybody come quietly. There's voices down here. After the boulder, there's a shaft. Just like normal.
So are all of you entering?
Usually there are
Yes.
2 boulders adjacent to the shaft, but yes.
Yeah.
Well, not for some certain Olympians.
Anyway.
Lance Armstrong.
No, I got it. So yes, you have we'll say hallway number 1 and hallway number 2, as well as a bridge in front of you across the water.
Bramby, did you say you heard voices coming from one of the hallways?
Yes,
Should
that
we
one.
should we go there first, or should we sneak around a bit?
Do you prefer stealth or violence, young man?
Also, to be clear, Moira did not accompany you in. She was waiting outside.
Probably for the
Bye
best.
bye,
Just to
dear.
go-
Poplio will be keeping her company.
Poplio, do you have any words of wisdom before we leave on this adventure of violence?
Don't die.
Excellent. Thanks, young man.
Yeah, I guess we can sneak around for a little bit. See if we can uh ascertain our enemy's position.
Young man, have you earned your sneaking badge yet?
I have my sneaking badge, I have my stealthing badge, and I have my uh don't get caught badge.
That last one sounded like a lie. You better prove it.
Right here.
There's lots of
I meant
ellipses in the badge.
practically. I was really just setting it up for you to lead the way, young man.
Are any of you being stealthy?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
I'm not
Trying
good
to.
at it.
whispering? Please roll a stealth check.
I have an 8 dexterity. I'm going to do a little trick that I learned in my spy years and cast Pass Without Trace, and we get to add 10.
Oh, nice.
I guess I get a 24 then.
That gives me a solid 15.
I have a 24 as well.
Okay. You continue to hear conversations coming from. They seem to echo up both of these separate ways, down deeper into the mine. Why can't I just draw? There we go. Down both of these pathways, but you don't hear or see anyone else.
Can we
Wow.
make out any of the conversation?
Sure. Based on Granby's very high perception, you get the sense that at the moment it's a very casual conversation. They're making a spot of lunch. You can hear two people arguing over a card game. For the most part, you hear three distinct voices, but they mention she a lot, where you like a her, but you don't not she.
Oh my god, Chris, I was about to lose my mind.
They mention like the pronoun she or her quite a bit, but you never hear a female's voice.
Are they talking about the Edmund Fitzgerald?
The way Steph froze.
What?
I have no idea what just happened.
I wonder if they're
What?
playing sorcery, the get together.
No.
Sorry to get together.
Been
Huh.
working on a pretty cool deck. I guess we can go down the closest hall, stone hall, rock hall.
Nice. All right.
The mining tunnel.
The mining tunnel. So you're going to go down this first mining tunnel?
It's
Yeah.
a cylinder.
Okay. I
No.
will say, given your stealth checks, you are able to do so without issue and without being caught. Whoa there, Stangelo. And reveal the interior of this room here, where you see 4 individuals. You see 2 fellas. They're actually right here, arguing over their card game. You see this hulking, just behemoth-like individual, bald, shimmering dome in the torchlight. He's got this like kind of razor thin, curled mustache. And he seems to be bursting from the shirt that he wears. It's clearly 2 sizes too small for a man as muscular as he. And then over here in the corner, you are able to see a younger, like kind of late 30s woman perched on a barrel, like looking at her fingers and wearing a very like propped to the side, pointed black hat. At the moment, none of them notice you, but each of you can make a history check if you'd like.
It's a natural one. I have dementia currently.
That would be a 17.
Ooh,
Vike!
22.
Vike and Stangelo. This individual, this behemoth of a creature, looks an awful lot like Fergus Dirkwallop, the marionette that you saw in the tavern in town, which Moira was clearly no fan of and had originally been betrothed to Mirabelle.
Interesting. I
I
share
thought,
this information with my compatriots.
I thought they all died.
Perhaps it's a resemblance. I don't know. From what Mora said about Fergus, he was a bit of a scoundrel.
Maybe he like ran away.
Yes, I do believe she called him, or he called himself, a big diaper doo-doo idiot at several points.
Definitely his own words.
All right, young master, how would you like to handle this?
Um. Hmm. Well, maybe we can just talk to them and ask them what's up. They don't, because they don't know that we're coming from Veilstone.
No,
You
they
know
do.
what's really, really alarming at most times?
Both a young
A
boy
little
and a grandmother.
or just a little old lady.
I'm very alarming to look at.
You are. You scare me sometimes. You're my sleep paralysis demon. Ah!
That's a little
Sleep.
harsh. um,
Well, perhaps if you would, one of you would like to attempt diplomacy or deception, I can hide in the
Young
wings.
man, this is a learning opportunity for you. What should we do?
um, is there something I could throw like with a mage hand and like distract them? Like do I see anything like that around? Like a lantern or something?
Make an investigation check.
Investigation. Oh, that is a nat 20, 23.
Yeah, you see quite a few things in this particular mining hallway that you are in. The hallway is propped up by, while decrepit looking, sturdy, like some of the wood seems to be rotting and is quite dusty, but sturdy wooden archways that prop up the stone around you. And upon three of these archways, there are hanging lanterns that you could theoretically pick up and hurl. You also find a like stack of crates within which there are water flasks, a pickaxe, and a hand shovel.
Hmm. Let's see, where are we? So now the problem with Mage Hand is that it will take the form of a bunch of bees, and that's not very sneaky.
What?
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, I am a swarm keeper ranger.
That's
There's
sick.
a white buzzing
How has
under my
this
cloak.
not come up before?
I haven't had to use it. I don't
We've
know.
had one session with this character.
You know what would really, really distract them?
A
A
bunch of
shit
bees.
ton of bees.
Let's see. How exactly? Yeah, maybe I'll just So I'm gonna use Mage Hand,
Okay.
and I'm going to summon my swarm of bees to pick up maybe one of their tools and just throw it. Where's the owlbear? And just like throw it. How do I do like the marker thing over
It's a little
like
like
down
paint. It's a little paint drop
here?
down there. Okay.
And then maybe we can just mosey on past.
All right. Um, let's do it. So what I'm doing is rolling insight checks to see if they look deep into the illusion, and all of them fail. So your bees conjure out from within you. You, Vike and Granby, you see these bees kind of fly out from his pockets, from his sleeves. They come out from behind his neck. One even kind of flies out of his ear, and this
Where peeking nose?
accumulation, buzzing of bees buzz, 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 flock around you, and you see Stangelo just kind of and gesture to the bees, who fly over, pick up a pickaxe, and then within their swarm fly into the area. Um, One of the individuals does not notice, so Fergus is kind of off over here. But these two gentlemen go, "Oh, those bees are taking our pickaxe. We need that pickaxe." And they are going to go off down this hallway to chase after the bees.
I'll
This
give
young
a
woman,
golf clap to Stangelo.
this young woman, stands up and like looks down the hallway peculiarly, and then is going to start making her way over to this part of the area where the bees came from. And I'll give each of you an opportunity to do something, seeing that she's coming over.
We're being very stealthy. Is there any crevasses we could get into? Any taints?
There are none. It is it's a hallway with a well. Like there are no
You almost called it a shaft.
almost. It is a hallway where there are no like visible structures to hide behind, but you theoretically could loop out and around if you wanted to.
I could
Um,
go distract her, and you guys could pass through safely.
am I? Is this cave like lightly obscured? Like there's rocks and stuff.
There's crates and boxes.
Um, because I am wearing Nature's Mantle, a cloak that can shift color and texture to blend with terrain surrounding you. So I'm gonna pull a Frodo Baggins
Okay,
and just kind of cover myself to look like a rock
great.
and hide.
You are
I
effectively hidden.
I am going to over here let's see, where's the little marker? Here.
Mhm.
I am going to cast Minor Illusion, and I'm gonna make a random like kind of noise come from over there.
What
Oh,
kind of noise?
what kind of noise?
Yeet.
Okay. Okay. Um, roll an intelligence check here.
And I'm also trying to like press myself against the wall as much as possible.
That straight up looks like a 25. I'm using a new dice.
Uh,
10. It's a 10. But there's little dots in there. Okay.
if a
Both.
creature uses its action to examine the sound or image, they can determine it's an illusion with an intelligence check.
Yes. They both. So this Fergus lookalike does go over there and investigates. And he's just kind of enamored with the illusion and is like, huh? Huh? Looking around for whatever is doing it. And she will freeze kind of where she is. And she's going to shout, I think someone's messing with us.
I'm gonna waddle on out, being the distraction.
Are you eating straight up cream cheese right now?
No,
It's vanilla frosting.
it's frosted.
Nice.
Nice.
Is that better?
It's way better.
Yes.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
I'm
Um,
almost done with the can.
Dunk is effectively. Sorry. Stangelo is
Not yet.
effectively hidden. Dunk not yet born. Vike is still stealthy in the hall here, and Granby ambles out. And the young
Not holding
woman
a
kind of
knife.
looks you up and down. She's like, "This you're doing? Who might you be, young lady?"
Oh, you're so kind. I'm Granby. I am a little lost
A little
and a little
lost.
dementia.
Is that so?
We're not near Conway's Ferry, are we?
You're a long way from Conway's Ferry, dear, and I have to say, not many women your age find themselves in the mountains for nothing.
Well, I love me little nature stroll, and you see, my granddaughter, well, maybe it's a great granddaughter, she does love to do a little nature walk. So sometimes I just go out and I try to find mushrooms because she'll try to. I just keep going on and
Yeah,
on.
instead of a deception check, I'll have you make a performance check to see if, and you can do so with advantage to see if these two individuals buy what you're doing.
See if you bore this woman into submission.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. That was decent. That was decent. I did deep, but dee. I don't take. That's a 15.
This gentleman has now lumbered over and he towers over you. At least 3 Granbys it would take to reach this man's height.
Oh,
Um,
that's 5'11".
and uh, and he looks down and goes, "Oh, she's just a wee little lass. She don't mean no harm, but she's just a lost. Are you lost, old lady? Are you
Granby is
lost?"
20. Granby is 23 inches tall.
You don't know.
But this individual
Osteoporosis.
is going to inch ever closer and just go, I'm not buying it. And I suggest you tell us what you're really doing here.
Sorry. I just told you I'm just out in the woods. I get really easily turned around, but luckily I have a good set of survival skills because I'm old as balls, young lady. Did you know that if you just have a piece of string and you need to make a fire, you don't have any flame, you could just make that string go really, really fast, and I just keep going again.
Just how old are you?
A lady never tells.
Hmm. I have someone who might want to meet you. Fergus, take her to the cages.
What? You put an old lady in a cage
Oh, don't
without her
worry.
walker?
It's quite
Where's my
comfortable.
walker? I don't know where I left my walker.
She's going to grab your very frail arm and
Oh,
just go, you're going to want to have to step up the performances.
I bruise so easily.
Vike will cast Calm Emotions as he is walking out.
All right. What's the save
Calm
there?
Emotions. That would be a 16.
What category?
That would be Charisma.
Okay. 16.
Yes.
Oh my god. Fergus, as has now been named, was never really irate to begin with, and he just kind of goes as like
He's just here.
a wave of calm just washes over him. But the woman looks at you as you enter and goes, huh, "I knew it. More than one. Explain
I'm gonna
yourselves
Yes,
immediately, or things will get dicey for you quickly."
yes, well, we are a group of adventurers, and we heard there might be treasure in the abandoned mines, and
Not so abandoned.
did not expect them to be quite not so abandoned. Yes, so I'm
Make a
sure we can all
deception
be.
check.
What?
Deception. That would be a 23. I got a +7 to deception.
Wow.
I love warlocks.
Hmm. Well, very well. You found that it's not abandoned. I suggest you leave quickly.
Yes, of course. Just one question about your enterprise. Have you found any treasure here?
That is for us to
Mushrooms for my
know.
granddaughter.
That is for us to know, and for you to wonder for the rest of your days. Now, very kindly, please.
Oh, yes. Come now, Gransky. We must get
What?
back to the Gransky. That's you. I'm sorry.
My
She's
name is
very
Gramby.
Gran. She doesn't even remember her own name. We have to get
My
back to that.
name's Gramby.
We have to get back to that weird abandoned village we found. We.
What?
Oh,
You know
you remember?
Veilstone, then?
Oh, is that the name of it? We were traipsing around there and stumbled upon it earlier. Yes.
Is that so?
Yes.
What?
Full of puppets. Very strange.
Indeed. And did you find anything else of interest there?
Well, there was a lot of. It looks like there was a fire, and no, just lots of puppets. No treasure, I'm afraid, if that's what you were sort of inquiring after.
No,
There's
no.
a well. I spent a long time trying to go to the bottom of the well because I thought there might be treasure in the bottom of the well, but no treasure.
I
I'm
see.
gonna pop out and I'm gonna say, yeah, he was helping me try to get my spelunking merit badge.
A third one.
Oh my god.
Sure you didn't meet anyone there besides puppets?
No, like I said, it was quite abandoned.
Yeah, I'll have you make
Other
another deception
than
check. Given that you have introduced a new line of questioning.
24.
Hmm. Make an insight check.
I don't know how insightful
All
I
of us
am.
are just
Any
smelling.
one of you that are now taught, like you're all involved in this conversation, so each of you can make an insight check.
I'm 14 insightful.
Oh, I'm pretty insightful.
I am 17
I'm
insightful.
dirty 20 insightful.
So all of you are able to see very quickly across the young woman's face this kind of flash of concern, but she quickly, she's like, as you say that you didn't meet anyone in the village, she just looks away. But Fergus, oi, what you mean? You didn't see no Moira down there? She's supposed to be there. Fergus?
Sorry, no.
Keep your mouth shut. Very well. It was a pleasure. And
Does
we
the
do hope that it ends now.
does the hat lady look like Moira?
No.
Okay.
Does the hat lady look like Mirabelle?
No, she does not.
How
Hmm.
hot is the hat lady?
How hot is the hat lady?
She's 16.
Oh
That's pretty
shit!
hot.
How
Yeah.
hot's Fergus?
Fergus. He's a
I'm picturing
6.
John Cena.
He's John
I'm
Cena if he
picturing
wasn't handsome.
Yeah.
I'm picturing John Cena if his face was a butthole.
His face looks like he kind of banged it into a wall too many times.
He looks like if Chris Benoit fought 300 Ravens.
What?
So that's just for Nolan. It's just
Thank
for
you,
Nolan.
Stephanie. It was good.
Thank you.
We'd better get out of here before it looks like Godzilla fought an army of xenomorphs.
Oh
Uh, I will sort of say, yes, well, we are headed that way, so if we do happen to see this young lady, would you like us to pass on any message? You seem a bit concerned.
Nothing that you need to concern yourself with. Now, do find
no!
yourself
Is
out.
it a misconnection? I'm an old lady. Please tell me fun stories.
I'll give you precisely 3 seconds to leave, or we kill you.
What? I can't. I fully can't get out of here in 3 seconds. Look at these knees. They're
Fine,
as stiff as
fine.
these.
3 minutes. Get going.
Oh, that's so kind of you. You know, would you like a sweater?
No.
It's
And
awfully
I'm running
warm in
low
here.
on patience.
You could buy some popcorn. It's pretty good popcorn.
He is a very nice young man that has lots of popcorn. It's for
She
a good
will
cause.
conjure a crackle of green energy dancing between her fingertips. She goes, last warning.
Oh, that's perfect to make the popcorn
Get
with.
out.
Ah, yes, very kind of you. We will pass on your lack of a message to Moira if we happen to see her. Come now. Let's leave.
Okay. It was nice to meet you. What's your name, young lady?
Bolga.
Oh, what a beautiful name.
Girl?
Is her name really Bolga?
You can make an insight check.
19.
It's Bolga.
Okay. That sounds like a
I
made up
just want you
name.
guys to know that Granby walks exactly how my grandma walked, which is this strange little waddle.
Okay.
Yes,
I don't think I could ever recreate it. It was perfect.
maybe you will be able to when you get old.
So you all head off down this hallway.
Maybe.
Yep.
All right.
Unless? Is there any unless?
Unless violent.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna start to walk away, and then I'm just gonna say, "Ah, screw it," and I'm gonna cast spike growth.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's see. Let me read the spell real quick. It's a 20-foot radius. I'll make a circle.
Where would you like it to place? And I will place it for you. There you go.
Right about there, I think.
So 20-foot radius means it's 20 feet in all directions. You guys were teaching me geometry like a couple sessions ago.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Our 8th grade math teacher would be so proud of you.
Miss Miller. Oh God.
Oh yeah, you had beef with her, that's right.
She hated me.
Or a little bit further back so that bike's not in the circle.
I constantly lied to her about a grandparent I didn't have being in the hospital to get out of doing homework.
Ow, you were terrible.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Okay, you cast Spike Growth, and I'll have everybody roll initiative.
I have a -2 to initiative.
So it should be a 40-foot circle then.
I guess, yeah.
That
A
seems
40-foot diameter.
Oh man, I did not.
that seems crazy.
Put me at the end. I got a 3.
I got a 9.
Okay. Stangelo.
4.
Okay.
Wow, we did really good.
Yeah, you guys did really poorly.
Big game.
So it's Vike Granby. No, Vike Stangelo Granby.
I'm gonna say frick it, we ball.
Okay. As you cast Spike Growth and these violent thorns pop everywhere out of the earth, making everything within the blue circle difficult terrain. Thank you for the math in the chat. We appreciate that.
Wait, there's math in the chat?
Math in the chat. It is Bulga's turn, which is not a made up name. And she is going to fire off an Eldritch Blast at the first person she can see, which is Vike. And
No.
miss horribly. Yeah, and that is her turn, and she will shout, "You'll pay for this. I don't know who you are, but you'll pay for this."
I'm Granby.
And she'll turn to Fergus and say, "Fergus, smash them." Fergus, "With pleasure." And he can only move 15 feet, which is
And for
enough.
every
Go ahead.
5 feet, it's 2d4 damage.
All right, so that's 3d4 damage. So no, 6d4. 2d4?
Yeah.
So
He said
6d4 damage.
2D.
4,
For every
5.
it moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels.
Okay, so that was 5, 9, 11, 15, 19. That was a lot of damage. He very mistakenly and quite dumbly charges through the area, and as he runs, he just, "Oh gosh, oh, this hurts." As he arrives at you, Vike, and is going to attempt to punch you with his giant fists. And it's a 19 on the first strike and a nat 20 on the second strike.
Hope somebody has healing spells for old Vike.
No, I've got silvery barbs.
The second one still hits, but it is not a nat 20. So well done. So he takes his giant fist, boom, pummels you right in the face. And as he goes to hit again, as you're like kind of dazed from the first hit, he looks beyond you and he sees Stangelo juggling a bee between his fingers as he goes, and he like just was gonna make perfect contact with your head, but ends up punching you right in the shoulder. And that is going to be 12 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, I'm fine. Not at all that bad.
And I will have you make a strength saving throw.
That is not going to go well. Actually, I lied. I rolled a 17 on the die, so that's a 16.
Great. You like as his fists collide with your face and your shoulder, you like steady yourself. You dig your heels into the ground and manage to stay upright. And it is now your turn.
I will give Fergus the old Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Okay, so that first one would be a 15.
That hits.
Okay. And the second one is going to hit because it's a 25.
That will also hit.
Okay. That is a 13 force on the first one, and 0 would be a 10, so that would be 14 on the second one, so 27 force damage.
Okay. So 27 total.
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
I am not, other than being hurt.
Okay. It is now Stangelo's turn.
Oh boy. All right. All right. So I with the silvery barbs, I gave myself an advantage on my next attack because that's the second half of the spell that Steph's not using the whole time.
No kidding.
Um. So let's
I
see.
love being called out like this.
That's a 24 to hit.
That'll hit. You're hitting
An
Fergus.
attack. No, I am casting Thorn Whip at Bolga.
And you have advantage on her even though you use silvery barbs on Fergus.
Yeah, I just get advantage on the next attack.
Great.
That's how Silver Arms works. Everyone knows this.
You could have been doing so much better if you had been doing that. Like, as long as you have advantage, you get sneak attack.
Yeah.
Brutal. Okay, roll to hit.
I mean, I
So
pretty much get sneak attack whenever. Any
Yeah.
hit, and then so it's 2d6.
he said 2D.
Are you
So
dragging her through the thorns?
the cheese
That's
grater.
sick as hell, though.
So
Let's
how?
10
go.
damage from the Thorn Whip.
So how much damage from the thorn whip?
10 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to drag her, and Thorn Whip apparently doesn't even have a save. I just do it. I'm gonna drag her 10 feet towards me.
That's 4d4.
Yes.
That's sick.
It's actually nuts.
3, 7, 8 damage.
8
so
total? Or 3, 7, 8?
No, sorry, that's 8 total. Yeah.
Got it.
So we're at 18 now. And then I'm going to cast Thorn Whip again
Okay.
with my extra attack. Uh, uh what is it? My thing? 23 to hit.
That will hit.
Yeah. For 6 damage, and I'm dragging her another 10 feet closer.
Okay.
For 10 damage.
Okay.
And then, as a Swarm Keeper Ranger, my swarm will come to her. And let's see, how exactly does this work? Major turns, you can cause the swarm to assist you in the following ways. The attack's target must succeed a strength saving throw. So this she can actually save against. My DC is 14.
She failed.
Or be moved by the swarm up to 15 feet horizontally in a direction of my choice. So I'm going to push her 15 feet.
I was just about to do something like that.
Another 6
How do you want to do
D4.
this?
That's so good.
Maybe
These are just going to like envelop her and just like grate her along the.
maybe don't kill her unless she's important, because she might be important.
No,
maybe do.
let him cook.
I guess I can leave her bleeding out.
Let him cook.
I will say that she is dying because you personally cannot. You are not the one dealing the damage. You're dragging her across a. So if I'm gonna say she's gonna be dying.
Sure.
So you lash out with your thorn whip. It wraps around her throat, and you yank, and she plummets to the earth and gets. Her face cut up with the thorns and branched ends of your vines that have sprouted from the earth. And she cries out as she rips it away, and you immediately lash out again. And just when she thinks she's safe, your bees descend upon her and just push her against, screaming painfully. She shouts into the air, "Baba Yaga!" as she just starts to bleed out against the
What was she
thorns.
screaming?
Uh, difficult to say.
I think I got it.
I didn't get it at all.
As Fergus looks down in horror, he just, "You crazy boss! You're just a kid. What are you doing with that? What are you doing with those bees?" And it is now
Do
Granby's
you
turn.
surrender? Young man, do you surrender?
Hell no! You ain't gonna let me get out of here alive.
All right. I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave. He has to do a Constitution saving throw.
He's pretty good at those.
The DC is. The DC is a solid 15.
He succeeds.
Fuck. He's gonna take damage. You don't want to silvery barbs that young man.
He cannot.
Already used his
Oh.
reaction for his turn.
But it was just his turn.
Wait. Oh, I can silly barbs his thing.
A new round has
Silvery
not
barbs
started.
him. What? But he
Oh, yeah.
starts after his turn. Oh, whatever.
No, reactions
Okay.
are leveraged at this top of the initiative order.
Okay. Oh, let me get to the level of the spell. Oh man. Alright, okay. He's going to take, oh god, let me do math real quick. 6 damage.
Okay.
And that was Granby's turn.
It is now Fergus's turn.
Oh no. Oh, and I would have had to step forward at least to be in line with Vike.
Yeah, there is enough room for these two, for you two to both be in here. The hallway is 10 feet across. It is now Fergus's turn, and he is going to attempt to punch you again, Vike. Is he with a 13?
Proverbially, meets it, beats it.
Oh.
Stop
Okay.
this senseless violence.
He does hit, but he misses on the second attack. And this is now the top of the initiative order, so you can use your reaction again.
I'll be fine.
And
Famous last
he
words.
will roll a 5 bludgeoning damage, and you must make a strength saving throw.
That would be another 16 for the saving throw.
Okay. You are able to stand your ground against this behemoth creature, and it is now your turn.
I will look at him and I say, "Last chance, young man. We will spare you if you agree to surrender now. Otherwise, I may kill you."
Make a persuasion check.
Do I get advantage because he's dying?
No, he's not quite done.
Okay.
Does he get advantage because Stangelo just dragged somebody through barbed wire?
That's a flat 15.
Which is sick as hell.
You said 15?
I said 15.
Okay. He kind of looks around at the three and goes, "And those Dumbos already ran off with the bees and the all right, all right. Nobody else got to die here. You already took care of Bolga, and she's a nice lady. And this is getting kind of a bit too rough for my taste. You don't got to get your britches in a wad. Anyone with half a brain can see the writing on the wall."
Yes, and you have a whole brain, don't you, Fergus?
Yeah, I do have a full brain.
Yes, that's a smart lad. All right, now, we will let you go, but I believe we may have some questions for you if you are so kind to answer them.
I could be so compelled. As long as you guarantee I'm staying alive.
I look to Granby and Stangela and I'm like, we will not kill you.
Wait, young man, hold out your hand. I waddle over.
What you got there?
Do it.
Show me first.
No?
Well, then I ain't holding out my hand. You were lying when you
Hold out
walked
your
in,
hand, young
so I
man.
don't have any reason to believe you.
Young man, hold out your hand. I swear to fucking God.
Yeah, which one?
You don't know how many gods I've met, young man.
I bet you haven't met a single
Hold
god.
out.
I will, sensing tension, go, Granby, I will hold out my hand. So you can demonstrate to good Fergus here that there's nothing to be afraid of.
I don't break eye contact with Fergus, and I place a single Werther's original in Mike's hand.
Oh, I actually thought you were gonna kiss the boo-boos better.
No.
This is exactly what I thought would happen. Fergus will look at you. What's that?
Hold
This
out
is
your hand, young man.
this is candy. She carries it around. It's butterscotch.
He'll hold out his hand gingerly.
I'd give him a Werther.
All right.
I'm just muttering under my breath. He doesn't know how many gods I've met. My fourth husband. I swear. I'm just muttering, and it's
So what brings you
off-putting.
people out here anyway? You really just adventurous? And you really didn't see no Moira down in the village?
Yes and no, but I believe, Fergus, if you would be so inclined, we were going to be asking you questions.
Best be quiet. Shodrock's down there. He kind of gestures over the bridge.
What is Shadrach?
Shodrock, he's the leader of this gang. He's the one that came and tore up Veilstone a couple of years back. I saw what was going to happen. I wanted to live. So I told him I was strong. Useful. Rest is history. Been here ever since.
Yes. You are very strong and you are very useful. I
Very
can tell.
strong, very useful. Those folks in Veilstone used to know it, and now these folks know it. Eh.
Yes, well, perhaps, I don't know if what has just transpired has changed your assessment of things at all, but perhaps you'd best go somewhere else after all this is done.
Really, I just like to live.
Yes, precisely.
Maybe I'll try to cut in Conway's Ferry. They got pretty girls
Why?
there too.
I'm tugging on Vike's sleeve.
Yes. Yes, Granby.
Get down, I'm trying to tell you a secret.
I hold up a finger to Fergus and kneel down.
I whisper in his ear. I think we should flay him.
Make a stealth check.
Serial killer Graham is coming out. That's a nat 20.
Fergus just kind of like sits there. He's unfurling the wrapper around the butterscotch
It's so
and kind of like
crinkly. It's so crinkly. That's the main reason why he didn't hear.
holding it up to his eye and like,
We should peel the skin from his body.
Vike's one good eye will just open wide in horror, and he'll sort of turn and look at you and go, "You need psychological counseling or something."
He's a coward and a rat bastard.
Fergus.
yeah,
What is... Yes, so sorry to interrupt, but what is your association doing here?
association? What you mean?
Your gang. Why are you here?
Oh,
Are you
Shodrock's
looking
gang.
for something? Yes.
They came through and they terrorized Veilstone. Took the Veilstone. Shodrock's been trying to get the Veilstone to work ever since, but it's no good. Some reason they don't want to make no wishes no more. But I don't know. Bogley used to say that we were watching her. I don't really know why. Moira was always pretty annoying. Freaky, too, with them horns. But it just didn't really make a lot of
Why
sense.
why did you leave her alive?
They
Or
said we
why
had.
did Shadrach's gang leave her alive?
They said we had to. Quite frankly, I've been trying to say that we should leave this place. Plenty of good towns out there for raiding. Think I might make a life out of this bandit thing. Fat chance that's going to be now. I figure I have to make an honest living now. But yeah, I don't really know.
I think you would be a fantastic barley farmer. Has anybody ever told you that?
I don't do no farming. I'm not really a farming
But
guy.
you have all the muscle for it.
Yeah, that's why I don't need a farm. People should be giving me what I need, because I could beat them up otherwise.
Oh, that's a very unpleasant disposition.
Well, that's how I.
I'm just tugging
I
on.
I think that you've got an unpleasant disposition.
Well, who said that Moira had to be left alive?
I don't know. Shardock, Bolgo would always say it. The rest of us kind of listen to whatever they said.
Yes, and Bolga, what was her deal exactly? She was some sort of mage.
She's a witch, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know where her powers came from by any chance? I just couldn't help but notice she cast similar spells to me.
Where do your powers come from? You get them from some book.
No,
Ohio.
I made a deal with a very powerful entity, yes, named Ohio.
And here you are getting on my case about the powerful deal that I made, or the deal that I made with a powerful entity to save my hide. You and me, we're the same. You ain't got nothing to judge me for. And your disposition. But to answer your question, no, I don't know where she got her powers from. I always kind of assume that they always had them. You quite right took care of her. So fat good her powers did to her. Gotta have muscles, like me.
You said she was a nice lady, though.
Yeah.
Are you not sad about her
I mean, I'm
passing?
not really so bummer. But at the same time, none of these people are really my people. You know, they killed my would-be wife. But you know,
And you signed up with them.
yeah, I suppose.
Have you no sense of a woman's virtue?
A plague on our society.
I don't know nothing about no virtue, but if you must ask,
I tug on.
Mirabelle's
Mike's
family
shoulder
was one of the
again.
wealthiest in Veilstone, so I hitched my wagon to her fat wagon and thought it would be good.
Vike is just gonna look down at Granby and give her a nod. Mm-hmm.
I need to tell you a secret.
One moment, Fergus. Yes.
We should make a broth of his bones.
Now, Granby, I did promise that we wouldn't kill him, so if you have any way...
I really think we should.
If you have any way where perhaps, I don't know, he could be pushed off something and then gravity would kill him and not us, that would be fine.
That sounds like a lot of extra steps.
Well, I made a promise.
So,
Can I go
Fergus,
now, or you two want to keep whispering?
what does this Shadrach guy promised you?
He keeps us paid. Keeps me alive.
Keeps you
Young
alive.
man,
Seems like he wasn't doing a great job keeping you alive from us.
young man, you look
Hey,
quite
you haven't
hardy
faced
and
Shadrach yet.
strapping. Young man, you look quite strapping.
Thanks.
How many hit points do you have?
I wouldn't know nothing about that.
Insight.
Go
Is
ahead.
this real NPC unfamiliar with the concept of hit points?
Gravity transcends all. Oh shit, that's really wet. Is this an insight check?
Yes.
That's that's a 27.
Yeah, he has no idea what you're talking about.
Oh,
But
man.
staring at him, he looks pretty well put
Gravity
together.
We haven't heard him at all.
Yeah,
I guess he did walk through the.
he has
You
some,
could decap him.
he does have some.
He was
damage
also
taken.
intimidated enough to where I said I would kill
We
you.
could break his kneecaps.
Listen, are you going to
keep?
keep talking amongst yourselves, or do you mind if I get out of here?
I'm sorry, the
Sorry,
old
we're
lady.
having a sidebar.
The old lady just whispers frequently. You may go. Thank you for your help. You unpleasant.
I don't like you.
I don't like you. But thanks for leaving me alive, I suppose. The next time we meet, you won't be so lucky.
Oh, sure.
And he's going to
Like,
turn around and start heading off down the other mine shaft.
As he leaves, Granby looks at Vike, and in the corner of the screen it says Granby disapproves.
I'll look at Stangelo and I'll be like, if you want to do something, go do whatever you want.
Oh, that guy was a bully, but we don't need to murder him.
Have you already earned your skullduggery badge?
Yes, I've well earned all of my violence badges.
Okay.
Have you?
Have you ever stabbed a man and seen the life drain from his eyes?
So now all of you are standing in this empty cavern of the mines, where Hel Bolga's dead body rests at your feet, and you can hear the rush of the river that kind of cuts through the mine ahead of you, and that is the general direction where Fergus gestured that Shadrach would be waiting.
I'm a bit concerned that the lads you sent off with the bees will come back at some point.
So you also saw Fergus go down that hallway, just so you know.
Okay.
Oh,
It's probably fine.
is he just gonna meet up with them and then they're all gonna come and hit us from behind while we're dealing with Shadrach?
No, he knows that we can mess them up. I
Um,
will keep watch, though.
While Stangelo and Granby are talking, I will go kneel by Golga's body. Bolga.
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 And I
Bolga.
will loot.
Loot that, Bolga. Loot
Okay.
that,
Um,
loot that Bolga's body.
on her body, you find a journal, as well as a bone kris. It's a very thin
What?
knife.
KRIS.
KRIS.
Ooh,
It's an Indonesian knife.
Indeed, it is.
that's sick as hell.
Ooh, may they knife chip and shatter.
Oh my god.
May
I'll put
thy
that in
knife
the
chip and shatter.
may thy knife chip and shatter.
Ooh. Sick comeback, man.
I will put that in the old.
I need to see that.
You do need to see that. It's quite good. Watch Dune 2. No relation.
This
And make
episode
sure
is
to Dune
sponsored by
unto others
Dune.
as others Dune to unto Dune to you.
And don't fuck the popcorn bucket. Or do. This is America.
Remember, I was going to
I
make a
will.
joke about how Florence Pugh used to be a character in our campaigns.
Oh my god. Love
Relationship
her.
Yeah.
between them.
Like,
She was great.
We
though,
were
let's
on
be
that
real.
before it was cool.
she's
True.
been cool for a long time.
I would
I
say
will
that
put-
our campaign was early Florence Pugh fame.
It was post Midsummer.
Was it? It was.
Midsommar.
It
It was
was.
post Midsummer.
That's
I
fair.
will put the
Midsommar.
knife in my pouch, but admire it, and I will begin to read the journal.
Okay. In the journal, if you spend a sufficient amount of time, I'll say that you can also take a short rest during this time that you
Ooh, I
use
love that.
to observe and kind of read through the pages of the journal. It is written in a couple of different languages. What languages do you speak?
Common, Elven, Sylvan, Celestial, Dwarvish. I also speak light armor and simple weapons.
Well,
You're able to read most of this journal, and that many of
wait,
the
do I help cover it with also gnomish, elvish, halfling, and druidic?
you're able to read Vike was able to read the whole journal.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, most of the common stuff is just like the day-to-day proceedings of the gang. She frequently complains about being the only woman in a gang of dirty, stinky, brutish men. However, she
God,
does.
what's it like?
However, she does. Hey, um, she does express an admiration for Shadrach and claim that there are few people who know to kill quite as well as he. Um, she comments on his charisma as well, that he's always a sucker for a good offer of coin. In the Sylvan
Any
tongue,
there we go.
in the Sylvan tongue, you find frequent mention to the Baba Yaga.
That's what I thought she said when she died. Yep.
And that she grows weary of this assignment watching over one of her children. And that this newfound experiment to try and rebuild a coven through the willing of mortals into the world that are touched by the hag is a peculiar endeavor, but ones that she will continue to trust for now. And that she's received an invitation to another patron, the Lady Talia, who she feels might earn her a better place in society
Over the Baba Yaga.
over the Baba Yaga.
Mm.
Chris, this is Nolan asking you a question.
Sure.
Remind me again in that book Willem got about the Baba Yaga, how she was described.
The Baba
Maybe
Yaga.
something about bright red hair.
The Baba Yaga is described as a ancient witch, and in some circles, the mother of magic. And she is described as having fiery red hair after being burned at the stake by her, as she was born as a witch and like inherited her powers as a witch, but was burned at the stake by her village. And when she walked through the fires, her hair turned a vibrant shade of red.
It goes all the way to the top.
It goes all the way to the top.
Top. Oh wow. Okay. Thank you. Good information. Anything else in there?
Nothing of note.
What if
Well.
he's talking about just a completely unrelated redhead?
Yeah, just
Branwen has
Nothing.
red hair. It could be
Branwen could be
It
the
was
Baba
the
Yaga.
call was coming from inside the house.
If Branwen was a hag, I'd freak the fuck out.
You don't know.
I don't know. I have suspicions, but I don't know.
What, you have suspicions?
This is a great prompt to encourage people to tune into our usual campaign of Nat20Hot Wednesdays
What are
at
your suspicions?
8 Eastern, 7
My
Central.
suspicions is that you're not a hag because Gwen very much tried to get me to not trust you.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, no, that's fair.
What are you all doing?
no.
Fascinating journal.
Mm.
The
This means nothing to me.
the dead woman worked for witch, a very powerful witch, a hag. It
I'm gonna
mentioned
say that Granby has definitely planeswalked before, but she doesn't remember it.
And this is all the first time that all of you are kind of hearing about a hag. You're familiar with witches, but a hag is not a
Oh yeah,
term
that's
that
right.
you've
We
really
don't know
heard
anything about hag.
tossed around
Yes, but
before.
I've been called a witch before.
the book mentions something about watching over one of Baba Yaga's children, and I wonder if that has anything to do with the fact that Moira was spared in the village. Odd.
Maybe.
We should give this book to her after we have finished here.
I think she would appreciate that.
Yes. And Shadrach is possessed of a mighty charisma.
Oh, he's got that riz, has he?
Allegedly, yes.
Oh, alleged riz.
But if you were to quantify Vike's riz on a 1 to 20 scale, it would be an 18, which is
An 18 riz?
an 18 riz.
Whoa.
And you can hit the Gwitty so hard.
The Quitty.
Oh, what?
I'm
the
hitting the gritty. I'm actually quite bad at hitting the gritty as I have one leg.
What in the
What are
beans
you
does
all
that
doing?
mean?
Stangelo as a 14-year-old kid is just grinning now. But yeah, I guess
Granby.
keep moving, or I'm gonna peek down that hallway that they went down just to see if they're like
Yeah,
talking about.
looking down the hallway, you see that it leads to another exit of which you see nobody. Like you can see the light shining in from outside, but nothing else.
Man, I hope Fergus doesn't run into Moira out there. That would be awkward and probably bad for her.
I don't think he would do that.
I think she can take care of herself.
Yeah, probably.
Are we going to yes, now, Shadrach, we have to retrieve the Veilstone, yes?
Yes.
I
Then let's get on with it, but he may be a mighty foe indeed. Are we feeling reasonably rested?
Always.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Okay, excellent. I'm ready to go.
Are you all doing so stealthily?
I
Perhaps
would like
that's for the
to.
best, yes.
Okay, you may
Oh,
all roll.
Chris, while
Wait.
we're... Can I Sorkin an Arcana check on the bone Chris to see if it's magic?
Oh, sure.
So good, but my Arcana is not good. Oh no, never mind, it's good. 22.
Oh, yes. You are able to tell that this is a very powerful knife, but that it can also be used as an arcane focus to um, improve the ability of your magical attacks by +1 to hit.
Do I have to attune to it?
You do.
We just
How
took a
long?
short rest, so could we have done that while we were short resting?
Vike was preoccupied with the book at that time.
Yes, and also
Oh.
I Sorkin the Arcana check afterwards, so...
Yeah.
Perhaps when Vike comes back for the third part of our one-shot, which is definitely happening.
Sure. As you all get to this point of the
Wait.
bridge,
Before we go there, I'm gonna change into something a bit more comfortable. And all of Granby's bones are going to pop and sound so incredibly painful. But then she turns into a giant ass dire wolf. And it is straight up the most majestic creature you've ever seen. It's beautiful. Its fur is golden.
Grampy, can I?
it's beautiful.
I
It's
thought that was a
Golden
beautiful.
little
fur.
Its
frumpy.
fur
Yeah.
is golden. The
You know
teeth
who else
are
I'm
is
literally a
diamonds.
wolf.
Literally, its teeth are literally diamonds.
I can jump over any wall. Anyway, um,
Yeah, no, you get the sense that maybe Granby actually may have been an archdruid at some point, and she's just that old that she is somehow down leveled from being an archdruid.
as Granby is like kind of shakes off her fur, shimmering you all in golden light, you can make out a figure on the far side of this cavern. His back is turned to you all, and you can see, like, you can hear the rush of the river, with kind of like, more like a flow of water below you that would clearly like, kind of mask out anything that you had been doing on the other side. So at the moment, you appear to have the jump on him. You can make a perception check to take a closer look at anything.
Yes, I'd
perceive.
like to perceive or investigate the surrounding area.
I perceived 5. Wow.
12.
Dunk, you can see with Stangelo, you can see with a decent amount of clarity, propped up against this wall here, amidst a lot of other supplies and treasures, is a large octagonal stone with carved matching octagon and runic symbols within it. That certainly resembles a large hole in the patio of the center of town in Veilstone. You reckon this might be the Veilstone?
Um, I'm gonna. I'm gonna send my bees over to grab it with Mage Hand.
Okay. How much can your bees lift?
Oh, I don't know. Is it that heavy?
I think Mage
See, what
Mage
is
Hand
it?
can do like 15 pounds or something like that.
Yeah, hold on. I've got it here. Hand finishes on 10 feet. Oh, I have to be within 30 feet of it. Am I within 30 feet? I'll try to walk up within 30 feet.
You are within
Um,
30 feet from where you are right now.
cool. All right.
But for context, the Veilstone is 3 feet across and roughly 250 pounds.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, apparently I can't carry anything more than 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Um, well then, yeah, the bees will not be picking it up. Um,
I will say that you deployed your bees over there,
yeah,
which will incur Shadrach to come kind of amble over and look at the bees and investigate them. And he will look down towards the bridge and see the massive direwolf and you two there. He goes, well, if it ain't some companions come to speak and have an audience with the mighty Shadrach, what might I do for all of you? What brings you to my humble abode, and why did Bulga and Fergus let you through?
Bark, bark, bark.
I look at Stangelo and I'm sort of like, do you want to handle this or should I?
would you like to buy some popcorn, sir?
Yes.
Popcorn. Can't say I've ever
Yes,
been.
we're all dinner scouts of Euson.
Can't say I've ever been offered popcorn. But something tells me that you come with a slightly more significant ask. What might that be?
And I
Well,
start
trying to
to
set up like a
slowly
popcorn booth,
circle.
but
Sure. I'll say that you can start to angle around here. And as you do so, he'll kind of draw two scimitars from his side and like cross them in front of him in like a majestical fashion. He goes, "You're trying to get the drop on me. You ain't gonna get the drop on Sadrak. I tell you that clear as day. So give you one
Oh,
more chance to tell me
I'm
what it is
I'm
you're doing here.
I'm sorry, sir. The dog just has to urinate. She,
That
she's
ain't
very
no
private about
dog.
these things.
That's a direwolf. And if you think that I don't know, you have another thing coming. So I give you one more chance to tell me what's
Yeah,
going on.
I'm sorry. You're
I
telling me for the first time.
pee.
roll to pee.
Performance check for piss.
Yeah, are you pee shy? Like,
21.
You're not pea shy.
It's a mighty
Yeah, let's
stream.
go, Granby.
see, my dog just had to pee. Um,
Bark.
she likes caves. Um,
And Bolga and Fergus, they let you through without a problem?
I don't know who Bolga is, but Fergus, I assume that's the big lad.
Big fella, yes.
He was very distracted by the dog. Seems a bit simple-minded. We just let him pet the dog's fur, and he let us pass through. Yes, he went down that cave over there. Yes.
There's enough lies in there that I will have you make a deception check.
I get +7 on those. Let's hope it's good. 17.
I guess I'll have to kill him later too. I don't want no popcorn. So how about you leave, and we can call this a very fine day for us all.
it's a cool rock you got there.
It is a cool rock. What's it to you?
I have a cool rock collection at home.
Oh,
Can I buy it from you with some popcorn?
you ain't gonna be getting that rock with no popcorn, but I sell it for the right price. Don't work no more.
Oh well, it didn't
Your
work. And
your rock doesn't work.
Yeah,
How is a rock supposed to work?
it's a big paperweight. But I don't
Does
have
it
any
work as
paper.
a
I don't have any papers to put underneath it. Why?
well? That seems
Rock's
like
supposed
the
to work a different way?
no. I was alarmed that you said the rock worked at all. That's why I was sort of stunned. And forgive me, but if you have no paper, then it seems like it's not so much a problem with the
Oh,
paperweight as it is with your lack of paper.
one could say that.
I myself, and I will reach into my pack and pull out, as I am a sage, um, some quills and paper that I keep in my back, and I'll say, if you would like some paper, I would be happy to give you some. Perhaps write your great memoirs, mighty Shadrach.
I'm just
You
fine.
sound like a mighty pugilist from my hometown, actually. A man's named Mikhail Tyson.
I'm not sure I know anyone by the name of Mikhail Tython, and I'm also less familiar with anything that you just said, except for the fact that you appear to be overstaying your welcome. So I think I'm just going to go and have a conversation with Fergus and Bolga. Find out what's going on here. I'd be happy to
Sounds good to
guide
me.
you out.
Oh
Please,
no,
you
we'll
first.
still stay here.
Oh no, I think you misinterpreted. You're going.
Oh, please, that's fine. And I'll sort of gesture for him to come over the bridge, and I'll look at Stangelo, trying to telepathically give him a message about what I want to happen.
Please, after you. I know
Oh,
my.
no, no,
All
no.
right. Yeah, I'll walk up to like here.
I'll get really nice and close to you, like
Oh, I'll keep walking then.
very nice.
I'm going to cast Thorn Whip. Or actually, if he's right on me,
He's
instead of
not. He was on me, but I walked.
oh,
Yes,
okay.
Oh, he's not in bridge collapsing, water falling territory, is he?
he's not.
Uh,
You spoiled my
but
bridge plans.
It's also not
what
that
I can
fast. Yeah, it's just noisy.
um
It's not that deep a drop.
No,
yeah. It's not like a
We would have cut the bridge and he would have fallen like 2
who just
feet.
like stood there, like nice twig.
oh man. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna look at him and say, should have given it to me for the popcorn. And I'm going to kind of distort my face a little bit and grow a stinger out of my butt and try to sting him with it as I
What the
cast
fuck?
Primal Savagery for my druidic uh,
Oh,
warrior fighting style. I grow either like claws or fangs or something, but because I'm a bee guy,
you
Sure.
poop out a little spike.
and I'm going to hit him with my
I will say that
Primal
you
Savage.
all will get a surprise round for that alone.
Whoa.
Did that just come out your butt?
Uh, that's not 11 to hit.
It does not hit. I'm afraid.
Well, extra attack. Hey, 12.
It does not hit. I'm afraid.
That was the lamest butt stinger transformation I think I've ever seen.
We'll retain the same initiative as before, but you all
But we
do
get a
get,
surprise round.
but you do get a surprise round. So it is now
Yay.
Vike's turn.
I will Eldritch Blast him, or attempt to do so. How we doing on a 13?
That does not hit.
How we doing on an 18?
That does hit.
That would be not a good number. Give me a second. 5 force damage. I rolled a 1 on the D10.
Okay.
Right.
As both strike out at him in quick succession. He just kind of takes it in the chest and looks up and goes, "I knew I shouldn't have trusted you."
He
And
trusts.
it is now Granby's
Granby,
turn.
he's gonna fuck.
Hi. Yes. I would like to pounce. And can I just like rip out one of his Achilles?
No.
Okay.
This is a big can I
Um,
just snap her neck moment.
I would like to attack him with my teeth.
Okay.
Mm, And I get advantage because pack tactics. The wolf has advantage on an attack roll against the creature if at least one of the wolf's allies is within 5 feet of the creature.
The creature.
The creature. Hey, and that's a 15.
That'll hit.
Yes. Okay. Petit pop. And that is going to do 11 damage.
Okay.
And I would like that to be centered on his Achilles if possible.
It is, but he yanks it out of your mouth before you can tear it
And the
effectively.
tendon goes.
Yeah, you hear it go. And with that, it is now Shadrach's turn. And he is going to lash out at Stangelo with his scimitar. And are you hit by a 15?
Pizza.
Wait, I forgot something.
I'm sorry,
Go.
Granby.
Wait, it doesn't matter. It wouldn't matter if he goes right after me.
Okay. That is going to be 6 slashing damage.
Ooh.
And he's going to strike at you with his bonus action with the other one. And that definitely hits. But that is only 3 slashing damage.
Okay.
And it is now Vike's turn.
How beefy does Shadrach look?
Shadrach is a. He looks more like a lean and nimble warrior than anything else.
Okay. Not yet, but soon. I'm gonna hit him with an Eldritch Blast again. Or a
Okay.
Tech 2. 26.
That will hit.
Oh! Drop the D10. Good thing I have another one. That is 12 force damage.
Okay. Ouch.
And the other one is a 24.
That'll hit.
And that would be 12 force damage.
All right. Ouch. He has definitely looked better. He catches both in the chest. You're gonna live to regret that. And it is now Stangelo's turn.
I am going to cast Fairy Fire on him. Creature. Let's see. Any attack roll against the affected creature has advantage if the attacker can see it. So we have advantage on him.
All right. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
Let's see. Beholder. Is there like a rocky outcropping of this wall that I can?
Yeah,
Just
you're up
like
against the wall, so you can use your ability.
I'm going to use a bonus action to hide.
Okay. Got it. Make a stealth check. And you could do so with advantage because of your feature.
Yes.
Got it.
That is a 17.
Okay. It is now Granby's turn.
I bite him.
Pee on him.
Roll to bite.
I get advantage because back.
And because of fairy
That
fire.
is a 14.
That does not hit, I'm afraid.
That's my turn.
With that, it is Shadrach's turn. And unable to see Glow, he will turn and will strike at Granby with one scimitar. And are you hit by a 19?
Yeah.
Okay, that will be 10 slashing damage. And the second attack misses, making it Vike's turn.
Oh, I am going to cast Sleep on Shadrach
All right.
at 3rd level, so I
Cast
will be
sleepy nanay.
How much is that? 5d8. I will be rolling 9d8, and any creature with below that number of hit points that I choose. And then, do you know how sleep works, Chris?
Yes.
Okay. Can somebody bust out a calculator for me?
I
Sure.
have my brain.
I have it.
So 7,
Okay.
4,
Okay.
6,
Okay. He falls
3.
asleep.
Okay. Vike will sort of gesture
Sadrak,
to.
standing there, he just. And he collapses onto the bridge.
Yes, well. He's asleep.
So how are we gonna get that stone?
Well, we have a very strapping direwolf over there.
Wait, I'm gonna turn into a all of my bones are gonna pop again, and I'm going to change into a huge bear.
Okay.
That's the bear noise.
was-
That's a good one.
That was a good bonus.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
All right.
sounds like a Iron Bear.
Are you doing anything else before you collect the Veil Stone and leave the mine?
We're gonna loot him.
The way that I carry the Veilstone is definitely like in the when you see the videos of the bears in the zoo enclosures that get like a really big ball.
Sure.
Oh, fuck. He's only asleep for a minute.
Oh,
Hmm?
so we gotta.
So we
Can I
should
grab
take.
him by his feet and just swing him like a
We
baseball bat
should.
against a rock?
Well, he wakes up if we do that.
Well, I will say that
Yeah,
if
and he'll
all
be
of
dead.
you want to,
This
if you want to kill him, you can.
We can coup de grace him.
perhaps we just.
Can I
Well,
take his swords and we can just like leave with the stone?
Why don't we just kill him? We should kill him. He knows about the stone. I'm not saying this. I'm Granby. Granby, I'm not a bear. Ah.
but you're also murder, Granby.
I want blood.
I
You
say.
look at this bear and you know this bear wants blood.
I say we take his things and then see how he reacts when he wakes up, and if he surrenders to us, we tie him up or something. I don't know.
I know
Stangelo,
the perfect not to do this. And I will tie him up real good.
Okay.
And
I'm
Um,
taking his scimitars.
Okay. You take his scimitars. You also, pawing around on his body, find a dagger and 50 pieces of gold. And he'll kind of growl. Huh. What did you do to me? This is no way to treat Sadrak.
I'm gonna just be a bear in his. Can I just be sitting on his chest?
Also, you could sit near his chest, lest you
The range.
I'm a
suffocate him.
bear.
Yes, if you were a bear sitting on his chest, you would
Mm.
suffocate him.
I'm lightly sitting on his chest. Mm.
Okay. Is that a
How
bear?
about just a paw on the chest? Yes, our dog is actually a bear, and our bear is actually.
I
a
knew there was a
woman named
person in
Granby.
there. This is ridiculous. Well,
This is ridiculous.
you have me now,
I
so
agree.
what do you plan to do?
Well, I don't know. You should probably start speaking.
I am speaking. You can take this if you want it. It's clear you're from the town.
What's your deal with the Baba Yaga?
She told us to watch the girl. Make sure nothing happened to her. So if you don't kill
And
me now, she'll come and kill
in
me now. She'll kill me next.
and in
Mm,
exchange, what do you receive?
She sends us a regular salary. We don't have to do anything. We get to live like kings in here.
And were you told to protect the girl before or after you burnt down her village and killed most of the people she cared about?
Wait, to be honest, we took that as an extra delightful bonus. We came in, we met
mm,
the girl, and we thought she was dead. We figured we'd set up camp not too far. And then she tells us all about the Veilstone. And to be perfectly honest, Baba Yaga said it was nothing so that we could keep it. So we killed everybody else, made sure that she stayed alive, and she stuck around. Felt pretty good to us.
And the Baba Yaga did not mind that you killed everybody in her village?
It's not her village.
Well, it's sort of the girl's village, including
It's
her
not the
adopted
girl's village
father.
either. We were looking for her for a
Well,
long time before we found
surrogate
her in
village.
Veilstone.
Oh. What's so special about this one?
Don't know.
Interesting.
So you're just a guy.
I'm not just a guy. I'm Sadrak. One of the best killers there is. Of course,
mm,
that usually helps when I'm not being ganged up on by a kid, some old guy with one eye, and a bear.
mm.
Yes, well, we also disposed of Volga and Fergus and your other minions when scurrying, just so
Not
you
much
know.
is clear. Can't buy good help these days.
Yes, one might say the same about you because it doesn't seem like you've been doing a great job of it.
We've been watching her for 2 years and nobody's come around. Place is so hidden. We would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for that stupid kid.
Oh, you mean young Stangelo?
Yes.
Yes, he's
And
quite
the
bright.
meddling dog and old guy.
Mm.
Listen, you think you might have saved that girl, but the Baba Yaga will come looking. She said she's
Okay.
very important.
Noted. We will be sure to take that into account. Why shouldn't we kill you?
I'm trying to think of a good reason in this particular moment, but I tried to kill you.
Mm.
My gang tried to kill you. You've already taken my swords and my gold pieces, so you clearly don't like me.
Yes,
Would
you
you be
attacking
willing?
us did that.
Would you be willing
I
to
turn my
accept?
big bear head over to Vike. Mm.
Would you be willing to accept that I'm an awful nice guy?
Vike's gonna sort of just put his hands on his hips and go, Granby, he's a nice guy. What do you think?
Mm.
I will leave your hands, or your fate rather, in the hands of the capable Granby, and you can decide what to do with it.
I stop kind of sitting on him and I just sit on him.
Please. As his face turns purple and inevitably he suffocates.
Oh no.
Mm.
Why didn't you just crunch his head or something? That was brutal.
I shrug my little bear hands.
I suppose we
Oh.
take the Veilstone and investigate the rest of the cave, or at least towards this way.
I mean, all we really came here for was the Veilstone.
But what if there's other loot that might not mean much to you, a man of means as you are?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
continue just
Appropriately.
sitting on him as a form of double tap.
You can very quickly investigate the cave and learn there is no other like valuables outside of several hundred gold pieces.
Ah,
Ah.
see? Gold pieces.
Hmm.
Yes. Granby, you and I will split these, and you know what, boy? You've earned your keep.
Thanks. Give me like
Mm.
Um,
a nice dinner back home.
so as you all make your way out of the mines, Moira rushes up to you
With the Veilstone.
with the
Oh, and
Veilstone.
I definitely make sure this guy's dead. Like I just
Yes. You
You
make your
really
way
Timothy Treadwell him.
make
Give
your
a
way
little bit of a rug.
you make your way out of the cave, and Moira rushes up to you. I saw. Oh, gotta drop the lisp. I saw. I saw Fergus and so many other people. But you have the stone.
Oh, Granby has the stone, actually.
She could see,
I
she's.
rolled over.
Thank
Yes,
you.
yes, yes.
Thank you.
I will reach into my pocket and pull out the journal and just say, you are going to want to read later.
Later. Right.
But do make sure you read it.
Sure. But we should get back soon.
Yes.
I have to do this. You all make your way back to the town. It takes largely into the evening by the time you arrive.
Turn back into Granby.
Um,
No, we
and
need you to carry the stone.
you are able to place the hefty stone back into the resting place in the center circle. And all of you can roll perception checks.
24.
19.
17.
All of you can see spots of tears welling in her eyes as the stone kind of falls into place and makes a low hum. Thank you.
I am going to outstretch my arm, sort of barring her from going more towards the Veilstone.
I I'm not sure if you're looking for some kind of payment. There's no way I could ever repay the kindness and that you've done me in this town and the bravery you've shown. But
I'm going to look very deep into her eyes and just say, Moira, I understand that you want to undo what happened here, but I think it's important that you know why what happened happened.
what do you mean? It happened because of what I did. I told
What do you
people
think
about.
it is that you did?
I told them about this stone and the powers that it has, and so they stole it. They killed
Are you
everybody.
aware that that gang in there was watching you for 2 years?
I mean, I knew they were there. I don't think I knew they were watching me.
Are you aware that a powerful entity has marked you as its child and they are following you for that explicit reason? They were
What do you,
paid by this entity.
what do you mean?
Read the book.
No. I have to make
No.
I have to make everything right. And the way that it should be. The way that it always
Oh,
was.
just let her. What's the worst that could
Just-
happen?
Yeah.
I need
Deals.
please just let
Read
me.
the book later.
Can I insight? I would like to waddle on up to her and take her little hand in my even tinier hands. Young lady, what are you trying to do exactly? Please tell me.
I'm trying to make it so that what I did could never happen.
What do you mean what you did? Please tell me. I'm so dementia.
I'm trying to make it so that nobody would ever get hurt because of me.
Insight check. 18.
She's telling the truth?
Okay.
What
assuming-
makes you think they got hurt because of you? What makes you think this all isn't a grand orchestrated
Hold
scheme?
up, young man. Silence. Is this really what you want?
Yes.
Insight check. 25.
She's telling
Why
the
would she
truth.
be lying to you?
Young man, I think this is all right. Wait, young lady, hold out your hand.
She holds it out.
We're this original.
Thank you.
And also $10.
I have a wish
It's
to
our
make.
little secret.
I gotta get busy. She'll cry a bit and place her hand upon the stone. She looks up at you. Thank you again. Ever so much.
You're a good young lady.
I wish there was never a shortage of paintberries in Veilstone.
What?
And the stone flashes white and blue, the crackling energy loud, pulsing hums,
What the
roaring
shit?
over the landscape. For a brief moment, all sounds disappear, and through the blinding light, Mora stands up, her small frame illuminated by violent pulses of light. She smiles at the group with tear-stained eyes and waves as a loud shockwave rips through the town and knocks you flat. The light begins to clear, and you find yourself being prodded. As your eyes adjust to the light, an elderly dwarven man in fancy spectacles, well, you quickly recognize as Professor Balgrim Silverbelly. Well, hello there. Are you awake?
Who the hell is this thing again?
That's her dad.
Oh, hello.
What are you doing lying on the floor? Can't say we get many visitors popping up in Veilstone just lying on their backsides.
My pants are falling and I can't get up.
Come here, old
you-
lady. And he'll lift you
Do
up.
I remember what the hell just happened?
Oh, you're so
Yes,
strong.
you do.
Well, how did we get here? This is not my house. This is not my beautiful wife.
You got a beautiful wife, do you? Well, we're blessed to have you here in Veilstone. If you'd care to stay, you can feel free to explore.
Certainly.
I'm
I
gonna
look at the trees.
try to feel up or like jump up and feel above him to look for like puppet strings.
You're right there, lad.
Maybe.
And I look at the trees.
What?
I look at the trees.
All the village looks resplendent. There are people walking about everywhere. No scorch marks on the buildings. Verdant flowers growing and everywhere. Um,
Are the flowers in the same season that we last saw them?
it is summertime, yes.
Summertime.
The living
I
is
whatever.
Young Master Stangelo, perhaps we should look for your manservant.
He's with you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Uh,
I guess whatever she just did worked. But
is Moira around?
Moira. Don't know no Moira. Can't say there's ever been one living here in Veilstone. Someone you're looking for.
what year is it, good sir?
What year?
It's whatever year it was when you guys.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, we haven't traveled through time. Excellent.
it's 1979. Ronald Reagan is governor.
Ronald Wilson Reagan. 666.
Six.
Something troubling you, lads. You look like you've seen a ghost.
Oh, nothing.
Do you have, by any chance, a young runaway that you may have taken into the village? Got peculiar antlers coming from her temples.
No, I'm afraid I haven't heard of seen anyone like that. You missing somebody?
Perhaps. This is odd.
Well, I'd be happy
Um,
to gather a party to help you look for him.
Is there any evidence? Like, I'm gonna look over. Is there a spot where the Veilstone was or is?
Yes, the Veilstone is still present in the center of town. Each of you can make a history check, if you'd like. for critical thinking.
21.
13.
Granby and Stangelo, you recall that the only way, or the reason that Balgrim Silverbelly was able to discover Moira's little wee baby in the mountains that day was because he was searching far and wide for paint berries that he could not find due to a drought.
Oh.
Shit.
Mm.
And as it clicks in your mind, you recognize the sacrifice that Moira made, so that, truly devoid of greed, so that no harm may befall the town of Veilstone. And that is where we'll end our part 2 of a one-shot.
We all walk away, and there's a freeze frame where
Don't
you hear
you-
Simple Minds hit song. Don't you forget about me.
We thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Nat20Hot.
Same way.
We are
Same wavelength,
dude.
literally back tomorrow, which is wonderful, at 8 Eastern, 7 Central.
Randy.
Thank you all for tuning in. Have a wonderful night, wonderful life, and we will see you tomorrow for a resumption of our typical campaign.
Chris was very alarmed about what direction your arm was going to go for a moment.
Good night.
It's me, Granby. Bye-bye, some boy.
No, we still are.